You look terrible.
Yeah, well, I didn't get much sleep last night.
It'll all be easier when we get back home.
Not with the police there, searching for evidence.
I don't know if I even want to go back.
It's our home. You can be sure Rosemary won't have a problem moving straight back in.
Yesterday, he was always going to be there. How can he just be gone today?
He suffered massive head trauma and a fractured skull. Cause of death was a broken neck. Unsurprising considering he fell from a first-floor window.
So the fall killed him?
We can assume that. I'd rather wait until the samples come back from the lab before I say anything for sure.
Vaughan wants quick results on this one.
The victim's his golfing buddy. The old boy network comes in handy even when you're dead.
Any idea how he fell yet? Could it have been suicide?
Unlikely. We found cuts and fragments of glass in his back. In my experience, falling backwards out of a closed window usually rules out suicide.
It still could have been an accident. He could have tripped.
Over what? No loose objects were found on the bedroom floor?
There was no sign of a struggle, apart from some fibres under his nails. But if you ask me, people don't just fall out of windows like that.
Not unless someone helps them on their way.
I told you, my stepdaughter was doing the catering for the wedding, and I called in to see her.
You claim you were going to give her a message, but you never got round to it.
What was so important that you had to see her there and then?
I wanted to let her know that we were having a drink at the pub.
You went all the way up there to tell her that? And then left by shinning down the drain pipe?
Come on, Bob. You'd never have dropped in on Tom King's wedding. You hated him too much for that.
That's speculation. You can't prove anything.
Surely you're not denying that you hated him?
I had good reason to.
You thought he was responsible for your daughter's death?
He was responsible.
How did it make you feel that nobody else saw it that way?
Well, how do you think?
Angry enough to murder him?
Of course not.
So you never made an attempt on Tom King's life?
No.
Well, that's strange, because we have a report here says that Tom King accused you of trying to run him over a few weeks ago.
Have you charged Bob Hope yet?
We need to be sure we have all the evidence to back it up before we do.
When are you going to be finished? We want our home back.
I'm sure they'll let us know when they're ready.
What are you doing here? The police were good enough to allow Mum to get some overnight stuff.
I thought I'd return the favour and make us all some tea.
How very good of you. My dad's lying in a morgue somewhere, but all you can do is make tea like nothing's happened.
What would you like me to do? Refuse everything except for bread and water?
Our dad is dead.
I am well aware of that. But whether you like it or not, life goes on.
There is no evidence that my client tried to run anyone over.
It was an accident. That's what it says in the report. Look, even Jimmy King backed me up.
You see, what I can't get over is the coincidence. A man accuses you of trying to kill him. A few weeks later, he winds up dead, and you happen to be there.
It's the truth.
Okay, so say I believe you. Say it's a coincidence. Why did you try and run?
Well, I knew you'd think it was me.
Can you blame us? It doesn't help that you've not stopped lying since you arrived. It'll be a lot easier if you just tell the truth.
Careful, Mr. Hope.
We're going to find out what happened one way or the other. So just tell us. What were you doing at Home Farm?
All right. Yeah, I went to see him. I went to see Tom.
I think we should start to organise things. Our family's funeral director is excellent. He'll be most discreet.
How can you think about that already? Dad's barely cold.
But there's a lot to be done. I think Tom deserves a proper send-off.
But, Mum, it may be a while before he gets one. The police don't release the body for weeks in cases like this.
You seem to know a lot about it.
It's my job. But even if there isn't a funeral, there's a lot more to organise.
You boys don't need to worry about the running of the estate and the house. I'll take those over now.
How helpful of you.
I feel I owe it to Tom. You know, the last thing he did was give me control of the estate business.
You sure that's legal? He died an hour after announcing it.
He signed the papers a few days ago.
That's very convenient.
I assure you there's nothing improper about it. It's perfectly legal.
What's more important is, it's what Tom wanted.
How do we know that?
Because he stood up and told everyone. Whether you like it or not, I was your father's wife at the time of his death.
It was our first Christmas without Dawn. And there he was, he's getting married. I thought I'd go up there and I'd do something to show him how we felt.
What exactly were you going to do?
I don't know.
For the purposes of the tape, D.I. Dasari has left the room. You must have had some idea.
No, I didn't know. I just thought I'd see what happened when I got there.
For the purposes of the tape, D.I. Dasari has re-entered the room. So it's a spur-of-the-moment thing, not planned at all.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Then how come we found detailed notes of Tom King's movements recorded in a notebook at your house?
Told you Rosemary was after the house. We don't know that yet. She's already laid claim to the estate. God knows what she's got him to leave her in his will.
We'll find out soon enough.
She could have a stake in the business. It's only money. Are you off your head, Jimmy? We could lose everything here.
I've already lost everything.
I think you killed him.
I didn't.
Then who did?
I don't know.
And what about Terry Woods? Did he have anything to do with this?
No, he wasn't there.
So you went up there to carry out this mystery plan all on your own?
Yes.
But you didn't do anything?
No.
You're lying again, Bob. You went there to have it out with him. You argued, and before you realised it, you'd pushed him out of the window.
No, that's not how it happened.
So what did happen?
But I saw him. Yeah, you're right about that.
Mr.
I did see him. He found me in the house, and we had words. But we didn't fight, and I didn't push him, and I certainly didn't kill him.
Interview suspended at 14:18. You can go back to your cell now.
Well, why can't you let me go?
Because we have another 15 hours before we have to. And we intend to use that time to find out exactly what happened on Christmas Day.
You don't believe I'm telling the truth?
You've changed your story so many times, I don't even think you know what the truth is anymore.
So why are you stopping the interview?
Don't worry, we'll be talking to you again soon.
I've told you all I know.
I don't believe that for a minute. You know what happened. Either you killed Tom King, or you know who did.
Want to see Inspector Barraclough.
Name?
Bob Hope. It's about the murder of Tom King. There's something I need to tell her.
Can you confirm for the tape that you have chosen not to have a solicitor present?
Yes, that's right, yes. I don't need a solicitor.
So what's this new information you have for us, Mr. Hope? Have you remembered something about what happened at Home Farm?
Yes. No, not really remembered.
So there is something you didn't tell us before?
Yes. I couldn't tell you everything before. I mean, I didn't tell you everything before. And I've decided to do the right thing.
Are you here to tell us how Tom King died?
In your own time, Bob.
I killed him. I killed Tom King. I did it. I was at the house, and I was angry. I was just angry, and I wanted to confront him. I mean, why should he be so happy when my daughter was dead? He was responsible for killing her. That is a fact.
Please just tell us what happened.
I'm telling you why I was so angry before I even saw him.
What happened when you saw him?
He took the mick. He didn't take me seriously at all. He said that I should leave, and he was laughing at me. Have you any idea how that felt?
Go on.
So I wanted to show him that I wasn't a coward. So I shoved him.
Yes?
He went out the window.
You pushed him?
Yeah, it wasn't deliberate.
You pushed him out of the window?
Yes, I did.
Thank you. Let's get a statement, shall we?
What have you done with him?
Sorry?
My husband, Bob Hope. What have you done with him?
Your name, please.
Vivian Hope, and if you've hurt him, I'll sue you. I'll sue everyone here.
Mrs. Hope?
I want to see him. You've tricked him or something. He wouldn't kill anyone. He wouldn't hurt a fly.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Hope, but your husband came to us of his own accord, and he confessed to the murder of Tom King. You've read it over?
Yes.
Satisfied with every detail?
Yes.
Then if you'd sign it, please.
That man killed my daughter.
We understand.
A beautiful girl. He killed her, and he devastated my family. I'm not sorry that he's dead. I'm only sorry for the trouble that it's caused. That's all.
Please sign the statement, Bob.
Robert Reginald Hope, you are charged that on Monday, the 25th of December 2006, at Home Farm in Emmerdale, you did murder Thomas Albert King contrary to common law.